Hello scrappers! Tonight I'm gonna be scrapping this. This is the circuit boards out of a Hitachi, I believe it was. This was like a 55-inch rear projection TV. The thing was massive. I scrapped it years ago and I just haven't gotten to scrapping the circuit board. I figured I'd show you depopulating a rear projection TV circuit board here. Got lots of nice yummy aluminum. And it's got an HDMI port, even though, you know, this thing's like 100 years old. This thing is ancient. Has an HDMI port, so that means there might be a good, nice gold-bearing circuit board hiding in here. And lots of nice aluminum heat sinks. And I see lots of nice little bits of copper on here. So where do we start? Let's start by getting a weight. We got 8 pounds. She bite me. A lot of sharp edges. This is the flyback. This had 3 wires coming out of it. The red, green, blue, RGB. And I'm not sure what this one was. Maybe this was the degausser. But we're going to call these number 2 insulated. A lot of times you can pull and get the whole thing out. That's what happened to this one. You don't got to cut them, you can pull them out. We have some number 2 copper. And this flyback, I've cut one of these completely open. There is not a lot of copper in this. So you're going to want to leave this on the board to make the board heavier. You get more for your board. We got some relays here. Let's get some of these screws out. See if we can separate the board from the plastic. Some tin for the tin bucket. I'm gonna leave that the flyback right on there. Try to leave it on there. Get these transistors off the heat sinks. Oh, look at that! That was neat. They had these bridging it. Bridging the 2 boards together. We'll leave that part connected. You gotta remember, you're getting paid by the pound scrapping this stuff, not paid by the hour. So you want to try to leave stuff as heavy as possible. Get the plastic off of it. And get this aluminum off without breaking too much of the board. Now if you do break the board, don't be worried about it because the scrapyard's going to crush this and bale this anyways. Clean this aluminum up. Sounds like aluminum. Magnet don't stick to it. What was this? Doesn't really tell me what kind of TV it was. I think it was a Hitachi. Oh, it was a Hitachi. 65-inch maybe? The DP65G. I remember it was a monster. Thing weighed like 300 pounds. And every time my friend moved, I got elected to help him move this. And he lived on the 3rd floor in one of his apartments. Get some gloves on so I don't end up bleeding everywhere. And gloves make your hands stronger. Like I said, don't worry about breaking the board, because they're going to crush this and bail this anyways. Just want to get the ferrous, get the non-aluminum off of it. And these are transistors. There's a copper plate inside of this. This whole plate inside here is all copper. That can go right in your number 2 copper bucket. Along with this other transistor. See, there's a copper plate inside of this. We got some, ooh, copper. Who's my magnet? And these things, once you get the ferrite out of them, usually the smaller ones, you can usually just nip the plastic and break them apart. But some of these you might have to hit with a hammer. Break the plastic out of them. Got some number 2 copper. Some copper bearing circuit board. Was there another? Yes, there was. More copper bearing. Are these relays? They do not look like relays. Not relays. Sometimes the smaller ones you can just break the plastic, but these larger ones sometimes you have to use a hammer to break them open. Just gonna separate them out a little bit, get some of the plastic out of it. Some more number 2 copper. Copper bearing circuit board. We have another transistor. These are relays. Lots of good copper in a relay. There is copper in this. I'm going to leave it on the board. It'll make the board a little heavier. And we got some silver contacts there. We're inside of the relay. There's a nice transistor. See that metal plate? That's all copper. See that? It is hot in here. little bit of copper in this guy. Boink! Some more number 2 copper. I bet there's a copper inside of this. Just like that. Alright, you can always take a nip at it. I like doing exploratory surgery on electronics. Get this little steel plate off. Clean up the aluminum. Old dirty sheet aluminum. Another transistor. That whole metal plate, that's all copper. Boink. Some more copper bearing circuit board. I'm seeing lots of those nice little caps. More aluminum. Another transistor. Another transistor here. I am sorry that it's a little darker in here. One of my fluorescent lights gave its 2-week notice and just up and quit. No, I'm done. That's what it said. It started flickering, gave a couple flickers, and then she was out. See you later. Look at that nice little score of copper. Some more number 2 copper. Whatever that little gizmo is. Getting a pretty nice little pile of number 2 copper starting over there. Another transistor. That whole plate in there, that's all copper. There is copper inside of here, but it's usually a pain in the butt to get out. I'll give her a... I almost want to leave the metal on it to make it heavier. So once I tap on it... Oh, we can get the copper out of this. Yeah, there we go. Got some copper bearing. All these little traces and pathways in there, those are all copper. Scrapyard will give you copper bearing for that still, even though I took all the yummy stuff off of it. There's some number 2 copper here. I'm gonna lose my magnet. See if I can get the copper out of this little transformer now. Looks like it. I'll leave that right on there. Make the board heavier. All these little caps. There's another one here. Another transistor. There we go. This one. Now, sometimes if you can't get to something on the board, you can always cut the stuff off that's around it. But don't take anything off the board unless you know you can get the copper out of it, because it will make, you know, make the board heavier. It's kind of a no-brainer. Another little cap thing here. There's a big one here. Get this capacitor out of my way. I'm gonna have to two-hand this one. There we go. I hate wearing gloves. Hate wearing gloves almost as much as I hate wearing a stupid face mask. I am totally done with this whole stupid virus thing. It's like just the simple things I miss, like you're getting a hug from your mother. I've seen these before. See all the tape in there? That's gonna stay right on there. A nightmare getting all the copper out of that. That's worth more its weight sitting right on the board. And the same thing with the flyback. There isn't much copper in here, and they're quite heavy. And this looks just about stripped out. Silver contacts I'll leave on there. Let's see if we can get these copper out of the relays. There's some more silver contacts. These I'm going to add. Nope, not in there. I do have a little tub for them. Here we go. All the stuff adds up. People think I'm crazy, but it's definitely worth saving. Ouch! And there was another one of these somewhere. Somewhere right here. It'll turn up. They always do. Some more number 2 copper. I'm going to call that copper bearing because there's that little piece I can't quite get off. But it's still copper on there. Did I lose one? It'll turn up. Now, let's see if we can get these big transistors off. That's a long screw. Yep, coming soon. Better lighting. We'll get some more lights going in here. Bigger, brighter. That's all aluminum. So isn't that? Those are some big transistors. Oh, that's heavy. That whole metal plate in there, that's all aluminum. I mean, that's all copper. A nice chunk of number 2 copper there. The whole metal plate's all copper. Oh, we have a silver contact switch. These sounds like a little reset button or something. These you can usually just grab and give them a twist. I won't be taking this apart to get the silver out, but when I got enough of them, I'll list it on eBay, and somebody else will take the silver out of these. They're worth something to somebody. That aluminum. So I can get some. There's a screw here. There's a screw up here. I got screws back here. Ouch. Some kind of tape. It's not even aluminum. I thought that was aluminum. Nope. I see circuit board hiding in there. Ooh. That's a nice chip. It's a gold corner chip. How do I get to it? I want it. Another nice piece of aluminum. Green on both sides. Let me clean this up a little bit better. Small bit. It's got to be my favorite scrapping tool. good old 6-in-1 screwdriver. These are not gold plated. Those monolithic ceramic capacitors are kind of small. Another gold corner chip. I'm gonna try to get this one off. Usually just melt all the solder around them. Maybe not this one. Usually just fall right off. There we go. That'll go in my chip hoard. And a little bit of a chip hoard in there. See, there's another gold corner chip there. And this will go in my green board bucket. Another transistor. There I go, using my hand for a hammer again. I see gold. We got a crystal oscillator. Some gold-plated pins. Looks like they soldered it right inside of this little Faraday cage. Tin for the tin bucket. Definitely Hitachi. I want this crystal oscillator. These you can just grab and give them a little twist. And they do add up. A lot of electronics have these. There's a tiny little piece of silver inside of that. I won't be getting it out, but I will sell those when I have enough. Ah, that's not the way to do it. We can do it this way though. Get my gold pin scrap tub ready. My end cutters. Get underneath everything. Pull the whole thing up. Green on both sides. And all these gold pins come out. A lot of people look at one little gold pen and they say, I'm not wasting my time with that. One little gold pin, it's not worth my time. And then when you got a tub full of them, say, oh, I'll take those. So you got to start saving them. Before you know, you got a lot of them. I like to just get as many as I can. Sometimes get all of them. Put your cover on before you spill them again. I've spilt them twice now. I got a screw. I want this other gold corner chip. And another crystal oscillator. These look like BGA chips. These usually come off easily with a chisel. We got both of them. And I have a little collection of these going. Another screw I didn't see because it's covered in rust. Always gotta use your hand for a hammer, dummy. Let's see if I can get this gold corner chip off with my chisel. There we go. These are good chips to save too. You wait till you got a big pile of them, list them on the internet. And these, there are gold inside of these too. You guys want to start saving these as well. Forget exactly what they're called. Usually just give them a little twist and usually just pop right off. But I know I have some over here. I want to put it in there. I know I have another tub with some of these in it. And the rest of the stuff can stay on. These monolithic ceramic capacitors, those can stay on there. Green board, green on both sides. And we are getting about to the end. Another transistor. Gloves back on so I don't get cut up. I gotta get the steel off of this green board. Scrapyard won't want it with the steel on it. Instead of giving me green board price or PM precious metal board price, they'll give me copper bearing for it. Some more tin for the tin bucket. These are usually brass. Oh, not this time. But the chase is the back bus bars are though. Let's see if we can. There we go. See what I'm doing? I'm just pulling them out. There's a screw holding this thing together, maybe. The old hammer hand. What a guy won't do for a little bit of brass. I'm going to say I got enough of it. Wasn't much brass in this. Just going to grab a hold of them and rip them out. All brass. A pretty nice little score of scrap we got out of that. And she's looking pretty cleaned out. See, you can always take a little exploratory poke. You think it might have copper in it? Take a peek. It looks like we are done. Green on both sides. There's another bit of a relay around here somewhere I will find eventually. But I always go through the magnet afterwards. I always pick everything up and go through everything. So let's see how we did. Do the tin first. We got 6.5 pounds. We have 3/4 pound of tin for the tin bucket. Yeah, it's definitely too dark over in this area. Quite a bit of aluminum in that. A little over 1.25 pounds of aluminum. Old dirty sheet aluminum. About 1.25 pounds of green board, green on both sides. Some more aluminum. Number 2 insulated, there isn't really enough to register on the scale. If it bears copper, it's copper bearing. Got 2 3/4 pounds of copper bearing. So number 2 insulated. And I don't think there's enough brass here to make a measurement on the scale. Not really. Some brass for the brass bucket. It all adds up. Now for the good stuff. Number 2 copper. Yeah. A little over 1/4 pound. That's pretty good. The number 2 copper bucket. You gotta remember, guys, times are tough now. You never know, you might have to trade that for a Slim Jim or two. So just remember, scrap is everywhere. All you gotta do is find it, sort it, and hoard it. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.